Back here at the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. Women's winner bracket final here on championship court. Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright, your 4 seed, taking on Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell. 2 out of 3 here. Winner moves on and is done for the day and is in the gold medal match on Championship Sunday tomorrow. Loser will drop down and have to play one more match to try and get into that gold medal match. Dominic Catalano, and alongside me, we kicked Ken out. He's out. He's got to go write checks for the pros. So he's out, and we upgraded. I have Michelle Esquivel in the booth with me. How you doing, Michelle?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me. That was really sweet of you to say all those things.
Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I know you had an off day today, and you were like, hey, I can get in there with you if you can. And, of course, got to get in here.
Love talking pickleball with you. I love it.
Why not, right? Mm-hmm. No better place to be. So we got a good matchup here. Lee's already yelling at us to say hi to her mom. So it's say hi to Lee's mom.
She's
so watching.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yes, she's always watching. So Anna Bright to serve to Lee Whitwell to start here. Game number 1.
Oh, yeah.
So that one-handed swinging backhand from Etta Wright off the top of the tape.
1-0-2.
That forehand's not coming back from Georgia Johnson. And Michelle, you're very familiar with all 4 of these ladies out here. Mm-hmm. You know, what is your key to the game for both of these sides? First, I'd say for Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson, what's their key to victory here?
Oh, they got to maintain their level of focus and just stay pumped up. They're a little bit more used to the stage. So I think Lee and Etta just need to settle in and play out the point. And right now I see Etta popping up a little too much, but that's just, you know, being out here probably for the first time in the championship final.
Right.
In the winner's bracket final. So I'm sure she'll settle in.
Yeah, and you saw, you know, in the last match we had with the Johnson and Anna Bright against the Kawamotos, they went on a 22-4 run to end that match, and they just turned it up. They were on their toes. And I'm expecting more of that against Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell, them to try and put pressure on them right away.
Yeah, Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson's pressure is tremendous. Mm-hmm. You know, you're constantly feeling the pressure, and that's because they take a lot of balls, rip them, and they don't give you opportunities to settle into a point. So let's see if Etta and Lee could try to get into these points and try to find something here. It's cool seeing this first-time partnership as well.
It is. It really is. And I think Etta is going to be around for a while.
She's
kind of newer name for people, but she's going to be around a while. And, Lee's apologizing, and she turns around and gives a little fist pump, right? We caught that on camera, Lee, by the way. But, yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game right there. You're going to catch them that cord. Need that to get on the board every once in a while. Nice, and you know, like you said, Michelle, that I think you're right, is Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell need to slow those points down, elongate those points, and I think the longer the point goes, the more advantage they have.
Yeah, and it's interesting not seeing Anna and Georgia speed up any of those balls. I think it's because they know, oh, Lee's going to reset or Etta's going to counter, so it's going to be a little bit more of a chess match here, I feel like, as opposed to the Kawamotos.
Wow.
Nice.
I mean, what a reset through transition from Whitwell right there. She was on the move. She made it look easy, but that is not an easy shot.
No, not at all. Slowing the ball down off of a ball that's coming quick, it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
A lot of finesse.
Whitwell not going to miss that shot very often, but a nice run. You know, there for Wright and Whitwell to take that lead back up 4-3 here.
3-4-1.
And that's a good ball right there, as Johnson kept that ball low. You know, you can't let Lee reset a ball from her hip. If shit's up around her waist, she's going to reset that perfectly. You got to make her get down and get it off the shoe tops. Nice leave right there from Etta. Anna Bright, she loves trying to sell it. She always tries to sell balls that she hits out.
I know that all too well.
Not saying you do, right? No, never.
I love Lee's returns. They, you know, they stay low, which makes, you know, puts pressure on Anna and Georgia by hitting the ball a little bit up higher. So look for that on Lee's returns.
Another nice leave there from Etta Wright. And again, that's court awareness. She knows where she's at. So she knows that that ball's got an angle. It's going to head out on that sideline. But it's so hard to lay off those balls, right?
It is, because it's right there in that strike zone where you like to hit down on. And instead of taking that chance, you know, just got to let that ball go. Third, fifth, and seventh shot lobs, and they get it.
Yeah. Well, what improved on each one of those lobs was they kept getting it deeper and deeper, and it pushed Bright on that last one to the middle of the transition area.
That's a play I haven't seen against that team, which is pretty smart.
Yeah.
Might as well try the lob if nothing else is working.
Exactly. Exactly.
6-5-1.
Etta pinching that middle, taking that backhand.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and she's clearing space for that backhand right there.
1 minute, 7-5-1.
You watch, and it looks like when you're doing it full speed, it looks like she's taking a huge backswing to get to that, though. But when you watch that replay again, her backswing stops at her hip.
Right.
So she just short, sweet, and just threw that ball. And talk about how important it is, Michelle, to not get so big on a swing like that.
That is huge, because you want your point of contact to be out in front, right? So if you take too much of a backswing, then you're going to end up hitting that ball late or behind you instead of out in front of you. So her timing is impeccable, and she knows how far to take that back. You don't need the power. You need the control out in front, right? So if you guys are learning those punch volleys or swinging volleys, you don't have to take that paddle face all the way behind your shoulders or all the way back. So Etta makes it look so good.
She does, she does. And again, she's newer to you guys at home, heard of Etta and seen Etta. Very impressive so far today.
Yes.
Obviously sitting in the winter bracket final, trying to punch her ticket into the gold medal match tomorrow.
Time in. 7-5-1.
Lee Whitwell to serve here, up 7-5.
Second server.
So far, a good timeout. Stop the momentum. That's always a great thing. I love timeouts.
You got to use them, right?
Got to use the timeouts.
Lee was full send on that right there. She was going if that came over. I don't know if she was going to dive, but she was going to give it everything she had.
Nice 3-point lead here in game number 1. Good control, good consistency.
8-5-2. Point.
Oh, and Anna Bright trying to tell Georgia Johnson that ball's going to go out, but she plays it. And Wright and Whitwell cruising along here, Michelle. 9-5.
Oh, she's looking for that other drive. It's actually worked to Lee's advantage, driving over to Georgia on the third shot and lobbing. So that's a good play. I think they're going to be utilizing that since that's been higher percentage for them.
Well, and we got the wind in our face now, so meaning it's coming from the top of your screen to the bottom. So in the face of Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell, it showed right there. That serve got on Etta Wright really quick. And so did that drive.
Yes.
And so Bright and Johnson are using that wind to their advantage, Michelle.
Yes, yes, that's something that you always have to pay attention to when you're out in the court. Is like, are we against it? Are we with it? And you have to modify your basically your strategy in order to make the points work to your advantage.
All right, you want to use it, but don't let it work against you, right? Don't try and do too much.
Nice ball by Lee Whitwell. You don't know where it's coming.
Oh, she jams up Georgia Johnson right there, and they give up a couple, but again, when you have a comfortable 4-point lead right there, you know, you have a little room to work with. So they still have a 2-point lead here, 9-7.
9-7-1.
Oh. I like it Lee got out of the way of that. I mean, she tries to jump into it here, but she does get out of the way. But again, her blocks are so consistent. You watch when Lee blocks, she gets that ball out in front of her. Nice get from Anna Bright.
Shut out.
As you mentioned with Lee's blocks, it's like the fire's coming and she's saying no. You know what I mean? That's not. I'm not going to counter back. I'm going to slow it down because I know that's what you want.
Mm-hmm. My only fault that I had right there is when Etta popped that last one up, she took 2 steps in, right? And so she closed ground on a ball that Johnson was going to rip at her. Stay there. Stay in that transition. Work that next one, drop it in, and then move up.
Agreed. Definitely. That's the play right there.
Nice. Very big there from Lee Whitwell. She gives us a little flex after she finishes on the second forehand, stepped right in front of Etta Wright. Nice ball.
Yeah, I think Georgia needs to start recognizing that Lee's attacking her outside shoulder, not through the middle, right? And that's what's been getting the advantage here, I feel like, in the first half of the game. Nice attack by Anna Bright.
Yeah, and it's easy to say that ball's probably going out, and it probably was, but it's hit right at the shoulder of Whitwell. You know how hard that is to get out of the way, especially off an Anna Bright paddle.
There's that ball again from Anna Bright. Nice resets.
Wow, great job by Lee Whitwell.
Yeah, there's that speed up again. As you can see, Lee catches Georgia on the outside shoulder on her right side, and that sets her up for that next put away ball. That right there is what's been getting them going, that play right there. So if they could keep finding that and maybe a couple other things, I mean, they're on the right track. Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson, they got to figure that out. You know, they got to recognize that and see if they could.
And we saw something similar to that earlier when Navratil against Hewitt. He was going right at his left hip, which is his forehand side, but he was chicken winging it every time. And so you saw that, and Hewitt couldn't make the adjustment, right? And it was being successful, but then eventually they did figure it out. But again, now Johnson's got to figure that out to make that adjustment.
She'll do it. She's a great player.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they played Anna Bright a little too much on that side out, but
again, 9-9. Bright and Johnson came all the way back. It looked like Wright and Whitwell cruising along up 9-5.
Nice.
And now Ada Wright picking up on what Lee Whitwell's doing right at the right hip of Georgia Johnson. We'll see, they got to hold one more here. They do not want to have to face a game point.
9-9-2.
Georgia picked up on that one.
Point.
Whitwell just misses that baseline right there, but again, you're seeing a complete strategy here from Whitwell and Wright as they are going at that right hip of Georgia Johnson.
Game point.
Oh, and they fight it off. Whitwell and Wright fight off the first game point. But this is a 5-0 run here from Brighton Johnson to get back. They gave themselves a game point.
9-10-1.
Oh, that ball jumped up and over Ada Wright's paddle right there.
Took a funny hop since it is a plastic ball.
Yeah. You're going to get those hops. We all live and die with them. Big point here for Wright and Whitwell.
Yeah, I want to see them trying to go a little bit more to Georgia. I mean, they've been going to Anna Bright on their side outs and hasn't been successful. I wish they would change it up a little bit, but another opportunity for Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson here.
Yeah, game point number 2 here for Brighton Johnson. 10-9. Oh, and Whitwell misses the reset here, and it'll be game 1 to Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright. Again, the comeback kids here, as they went down 8-0 to Kawamoto and came back and won 11-8. They come back here and get game 1 by a score of 11-9. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, game number 2, this women's pro doubles winner bracket final here at the APP Chicago Open, presented by Lexus. Women's Pro Double winner bracket final here on Championship Court at the APP Chicago Open, presented by Lexus. 78 degrees, mostly sunny, light wind, high humidity. We hide that from you guys. We want you to think that we're in perfect temperatures, 78 and sunny. It is humid out here. Game number 2, we'll see what Whitwell and Wright adjustments they make coming into game number 2, and right off the bat, they're on the board 1-0.
1-0-2.
Huh, now they're going to Georgia.
All right, they heard you. They heard you, Michelle.
I wish they would have done it at the end of game 1. It would have helped them out a little bit.
Right.
I mean, not that Georgia is like the weaker player or anything like that. It's just Anna put really good pressure on them, you know, so.
Yeah, and you're saying that outside hip of Georgia Johnson when she's on the right, so that right hip.
0-2-1.
That's where they found some success to see if they can get back to it.
Oh, the speed up.
Oh, okay.
From mid-court.
All right. Usually don't see that right there.
That has usually been annihilating this, but she decided to reset and it popped up. Nice play.
Almost looked like she may not have been expecting it either.
Who drives from midcourt?
Seeing it's 2 resets there from Ada Wright on those drives from Johnson. I'd like to see her try and counter that a little more.
2-2-1.
Third time's a charm.
Let's see if Johnson does it again. She does. Oh, that's a nice counter from Whitwell. And again, not just a block. Whitwell punches that back through and puts some pace on it, finds a hole in the middle.
Again, keeping that ball out in front. She has 0 backswing. So everything's just going to come back that much faster because it's so far in front of her.
Wow, and then the big forehand from Lee Whitwell to finish that point off. Just want to see, you know, Whitwell plays that role of the resetter, you know, the setup person so well. I'd like to see Etta Wright just get a little more aggressive here. Look for her counters and drives.
Yep.
Right there.
Yes.
I mean, she does get a little love off the tape right there, but I'd like to see her just speed up a little more.
Yeah. She does it on her terms more so than if Lee, you know, sets up the point.
Right.
So I think that's what I've been seeing from Etta. There you go. Just like you said, Dom.
Yeah.
There's a speed up. Oh, good counter. Just goes long, a little wide, a little long.
Just misses it. I think that wind's like at their back a little bit, so I think this counter just sails long.
Yes, ma'am. You did. 10 and 2, second server. Answer we go.
Everyone finding their positions on the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank goodness we have referees to
Yes.
point everybody in the right direction, like a crossing guard. Great work from Etta Wright. Oh, and it got Georgia in the shoulder.
Georgia was actually looking for the forehand on that one, and Lee went to the inside. So she's been doing a really good job speeding up to Georgia, going cross court, finding those different spots.
4-2-2.
Ooh, off the net. Lob. Retrieved.
Oh, wow. Nice movement there from Etta Wright. And you see Anna Bright, after she hits this and the point ends, she did not want to go middle. She wanted to go up and over the top of Whitwell and her right shoulder, which would have been a backhand if she was able to get to it.
Anna and Georgia deciding to switch positions there. I like it.
Yeah, again, changing things up, those in-game adjustments.
Makes your opponent think, right?
Wow, I mean, Etta Wright was just handcuffed there a couple times. Nothing she could do other than try and block that, but again, too much pressure from Johnson and Bright here.
Three, 5-1.
Nice. Oh, unfortunate luck.
Yes, yes. Nothing they can do off that right there. I know you got Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell just shaking their head.
There's 2 points in a row. That's where I usually call a timeout.
Yeah.
Usually.
That's a tough ball for Johnson to attack. Wright did a good job of blocking that ball down at the feet of Johnson. When she has to attack or is trying to attack from that position, it's very tough.
Yeah, I usually see her in a mode where she's just going to go all out on her attack. So it's when you see that, when you see her coming in hot, you know, you want to try to get it down as best as you can to her feet. Great lob, defensive lob. Ed is there to retrieve. Another lob, Ed is there.
Wow. That's dropping.
Oh,
that, and again, the wind at their back, that pushed that out just enough.
Just out.
Wow. Great defense there from Whitwell and Wright. Anna Bright going double lob over the top of Lee Whitwell.
Nice work, yeah.
Great counter there from Etta Wright. You see her slide to her left and create space for that forehand, Michelle.
I just love how, like I mentioned before, Lee just says, no, I'm not going to counter back to Anna because she's looking for those combos, you know, when you speed it up and then put it away on the next one. She doesn't allow that. But great play. I like that Etta's there to counter.
5-5-1.
All tied at 5 here.
Close match, Dom.
Yeah, another tight one here.
Oh, yeah.
Big put away there from Anna Bright.
Five, 5-2. Side out. 5-5-1.
So Johnson and Bright hold at 5. Wow, that is a huge drive from Anna Bright. That ball just getting over the net. And Johnson coming in and cleaning it up, and they take a 1-point lead.
6-5-1.
Here's that wind kicking in.
Oh, big forehand from Etta Wright, and you're right, Michelle. You know, the wind affected that ball right there.
It's hard to tell on TV or when you're watching live from home. It's hard to see what's happening or feel the sense of the surroundings, but it does play huge factors in the game. Oh, nice move by Georgia Johnson, seeing that high ball and coming across the court.
Yeah, she reads that drop so well right there. Comes in, poaches across, gives her and Anna Bright a 2-point lead here in game number 2.
There's that little like, oh, she's coming in hot. Georgia's coming in hot. You don't know. And again, getting it down when she's coming in fiery.
Right, exactly. And you make her pay when you do that.
Right.
Second server.
Dom, just a quick question. Do you like driving in the wind or dropping in the wind when you're with the wind?
Wind at my back?
Yes.
I like driving.
Yeah.
Wind in my face, I like dropping. I try and use that wind to knock the ball down. Oh, wow. Don't get it to Whitwell's forehand like that. When she's able to extend and snap that wrist, that ball's not coming back. What do you prefer?
I prefer driving in the wind. Like if I'm against the wind, I like driving the first one, see if I could get a better one on the fifth to drop.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but I like asking just because I like people's opinion.
Right.
Nice. Oh.
Oh, that was definitely in by like a foot. That was unbelievable. The block from Whitwell. The block lob.
An accidental block lob, I would say.
We'll take that.
But hey, gotta get your paddle on it.
7-7-2.
Nice.
Oh, that ball's coming right at us, Michelle. But a nice put away there from Whitwell, and they take an 8-7 lead, forcing the timeout here from Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson. But what is it, Michelle, that has gotten Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell back in this match?
Oh, that's a great question. I think they've just been playing a little bit more solid. I think they're attacking a little bit more, countering a little bit more. At the beginning, they were resetting, trying to slow the ball down, but now I feel like they're really stepping it up. But both teams are doing an exceptional job. It's a 1-point game right now.
Yep.
What do you think?
I think you're seeing that. You're exactly right. I think the counters from Etta Wright are the difference for me right now. Is I've seen her put a little more pace on the ball right now. She's not just reset where she's getting in trouble with that. She's kind of being a little more aggressive, and I need her to be that counterpart for Whitwell. When Whitwell's able to do that and allows her to come in and poach and take away that softness and add that power, I think it's just a good combination for Whitwell and Wright.
They're also recognizing when Georgia again is coming in hot. I've mentioned it, and I'm going to mention it again. Putting it down at her feet. That's been helping them out. There's just bits and pieces that's putting the puzzle together,
right.
And so they just got to maintain that and see if they could take it to game 3.
Yeah, we'll see here if Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson's timeout works. They need to get this side out, stop the momentum of Whitwell and Wright, because it's on their side right now and trying to get into that third game. Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson want to end this and go eat dinner. Well, lunch. It's only 3 o'clock. Unforced error from Johnson. Two-point lead, 9-7 here for Whitwell and Wright. Nice ball from Johnson. A good 1-2 combo from her.
Looks like Johnson and Bright are targeting Etta right now. They're actually keeping the ball on her.
Yeah, Whitwell didn't touch a ball in that last point.
Let's see if Etta could find Georgia the way Whitwell did.
7-9-1.
Oh, wow. Again, the 1-2 combo from Johnson. And the biggest thing I'd like to see Etta do, if she's going to try and counter that, she's got to counter at cross court.
Yes.
Counter at cross court to Anna. Catch Anna.
Yes. That's one thing that they're really good at, is Bright and Johnson love their combos. They want 1-2 on,
8-9-1.
but if you hit one, then one person, then to the other, that's where it really helps them out. Uh-oh, here we go.
And that was a big serve from Johnson. She caught Whitwell in transition coming up.
9-9-1. Second server.
Johnson trying to make something happen right there on the poach in the middle.
9-9-2.
Nice hands from Whitwell. Yeah, and Whitwell got involved. And she ends that point, but we're at 9-9. This women's pro double winner bracket final brought to you by Selkirk. Selkirk Sport, one of our sponsors here on the APP Tour at the APP Chicago Open, presented by Lexus.
9-9-1.
Nice drop from Etta Wright. Just long right there on the reset lob from Whitwell.
I love those scrambling points.
9-9-2.
Oh, yes.
That's nice right there from Etta Wright. She is holding her ground right here and gives her and partner Lee Whitwell a game point here in game number 2, trying to force a third game here in this women's winner bracket final. It's so important because this ends your day if you win, right? If you win, you're done. You're sitting pretty for tomorrow. If you lose, you got to go battle another 2 out of 3 in the bronze medal match. Oh, nice job from Etta Wright to hang in there. And we're going 3 here, Michelle. They split games 1 and 2, 11-9, both games. Game number 3 coming up next here from the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that game 3. Women's Pro Double winner bracket final going to game 3 here. Anna Bright, Georgia Johnson, Etta Wright, and Lee Whitwell splitting games 1 and 2. Both scores 11-9, tight games. Game number 3, Georgia Johnson will start serving to Lee Whitwell. Michelle, predictions?
Well, you know what? Everyone won their game on with the win side.
Yep.
So let's see if that's what the result is.
Yep.
Game 3. Time in. 0-0-2.
All right, well, all that means is that Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell will be ending on the quote-unquote good side. Wow, Whitwell carving that backhand cross court and pulling Johnson wide, creating a hole.
Yeah, she's just really utilizing the entire court right now, really creating those setups.
Oh, wow. You see, we're right behind Etta Wright right here. You watch her just slide to the left, create space for that forehand, punch that down.
And you could kind of notice when Georgia's going to speed up, she kind of takes that little back swing, and it's kind of, you could definitely tell it's coming.
Point.
A good drop, and see, that's why I like that drop into the wind, right? So Etta hits that. It looks like it's going to be high. The wind knocks it down right out of the reach of Johnson.
Second server.
Georgia deciding to stay on the left side now. She's been playing the right side of the court the entire match.
2-0-2.
See if that strategy works.
Point.
Nice ball from Etta Wright, handcuffing Anna Bright.
Timeout receiver.
Look out.
3-0-2.
Wright and Whitwell jump out to a 3-0 lead here on the near end, which hasn't been so successful. Well, 11-9, 11-9. They were close matches or close games. So, I mean, they're regardless. But a 3-0 lead here for Whitwell and Wright. What do Bright and Johnson need to do here, Michelle, to slow this momentum?
I think Anna Bright, she typically, normally you see her swinging away, and Lee's been denying her. But I think Anna just needs to continue to do that at some point. Just feeling free in your game and what works for you is what you need to do. So she's been tentative. She hasn't been doing that. I think that's what needs to happen to get into their game. You know, that's how they work.
Right.
So what do you think, Dom?
I mean, it's exactly that. It's they need to be, I think they need to just be aggressive.
Right.
They're getting sucked into slow, speed that ball up. Even if it is that Lee involve her a little bit, they didn't get to this point by targeting one player or another.
Exactly.
They got to this point by playing their game, not getting sucked into your opponent's game. So I like to see them speed it up. Live with what got you here, and this slow, long points isn't what got them here right now. See, and that's what did right there, right? Move the ball.
Yes.
Extend Whitwell and Wright. Move them along the court, base or sideline to sideline. Don't just get into that patty cake back and forth with Etta Wright the whole time.
That's what she wanted. That's what we're talking about. Just
Yeah.
swinging freely, and she got what she wanted.
Yeah.
Lee thinking the gods, the heavenly gods. That Anna missed that one.
At least getting out of the way of that one. That is a big overhead there from Georgia Johnson.
One, 3-1. Sexy. That's all.
That live look in of the last overhead from Georgia Johnson.
Nice serve from Georgia. Oh.
Nice hands there in the middle from Anna Bright.
I did not see that attack coming from
No.
Whitwell. Sneaky.
2-3-2.
Oh, and Johnson trying to go cross court. She tried to hide it a little bit too much. Almost fooled herself right there.
3-2-1.
See, and that's what I mean. Like, Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson. Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson can handle a firefight from anybody.
Right.
And so I don't think it's going to be any different from Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell. Get into it.
3-2-2.
Oh.
Oh, yours, mine, yours. A little miscommunication in the middle there from Wright and Whitwell. Side out to Bright and Johnson.
2-3-1. Second server.
Anna Bright spinning around back there. Upset with herself that she didn't get that last one in the middle back up and over.
2-3-2. Point.
Another big serve. You called that earlier, Michelle. You know,
Yeah.
Georgia Johnson using her serve as a weapon now.
Absolutely, and that's one of her strengths.
3-3-2.
Her serve is brutal.
Point.
Right on cue again. Is that 3 out of their 4 points come off of her serve?
Yep, on a missed return. Mm-hmm.
And again, too, they have the wind at their back. So that serve's picking up speed as it gets to them. See, I'm fine with that. Let them go into that firefight. They reset. Okay, reset. Play a couple more, then attack. It forced Whitwell into an attack mode right there, and she makes the mistake. They take a 2-point lead.
5-3-2. Point.
They're back to it, Michelle. They're back to their game right now. It's
Yep.
giving them a 6-3 lead here.
And here comes the side switch, so let's
Right.
see what happens.
Right, because now they're not on the quote-unquote strong side, so
With
we'll
the
see.
wind side.
Yeah. So again, now you're getting Johnson and Bright attack mode again. So now what's the counter move from Whitwell and Wright against the attacking Bright and Johnson?
Well, remember, the Lee's resets is huge. So if she resets the ball and Lee looking to attack Georgia's outside shoulder again, that's what got them going. And they haven't found that yet. They haven't found the pattern. They haven't found the opportunity to get to that point. So maybe playing a little bit more cross-court Lee to Georgia would be good, mixing that ball up. And we'll see if they could find that here. I know that they've been thinking about that strategy. Now let's see if they could find it.
Yeah, and the hard part too is that, you know, they found success in game 1. They were up 9-5. It's in the back of your head. It never goes away, and they lose 11-9. And so you're like, okay, well, we won game 2. We should have won game 1, and now we're here battling in game 3. But they got to go back to what got them there, and I think you're right. It's that outside hip of Georgia Johnson.
the lob. Ed is there again. Push off the line.
Yep, a footfall from Anna Bright as she pushes off the line here.
Let's see.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
right there, and she doesn't readjust or reestablish.
Both points of contact need to come back down before that contact. That's why a lot of people like to drag their feet away from the line, but nice defense.
There it is. Bring the power, Georgia and Anna, and that's what's working for them so far. In game number 3.
6-3-2.
Oh, I saw that coming.
Yeah, and Anna called it. Anna goes, me, and then she backed off it.
I think Georgia needs to take a couple swings too. She plays best when she's loose.
Nice leave and good talk from Anna Bright to her partner, Georgia Johnson. They get that side out.
Six, 4-1.
Woo!
Oh, big ball there from Etta Wright.
That was the best strike of the game. You could just hear it come right off her paddle face. Beautiful.
6-4-2.
Another lob, defensive lob. It lands in.
On Whitwell trying to attack from a tough position right there. Again, that ball's low. And for her to attack from that side, too, because the wind's at their back, it's a tough ball.
Yes, ma'am. 7-4-2.
Oh, and Georgia Johnson getting exactly what she's looking for right there.
Yes, ma'am.
So we talked about it in the live stream yesterday, Michelle, is why I liked Anna Bright on the left side. It was the same reason I like you on the left side. We talked about it yesterday, is because of all the options that you have on the left side, right? As a left-sided player with you with your two-handed backhand, you like to roll that cross court, or you like to flip middle, or you can also flip down the line. But you do it from the same position.
Yes.
And so it gives you 3 options right there, if not more.
Right.
And Anna Bright's doing that same thing. And I pointed out yesterday when Chad and I were talking about how you do that so well, and you know, playing from that left side. And that's why I like Anna Bright on this side too, is because she's doing the same thing.
Yeah, and she's so successful at it, and she's come such a long way since I first saw her at Punta Gorda APP back in February.
Yep.
And she's been improving it, and it's just going to get better and better. Watch out.
Yeah, exactly.
5-7-2.
Oh, Whitwell winning that hands battle.
Yeah. Anna Bright wanted that, though. She was
did.
jumping up and down like, that's what I wanted. Finally, Whitwell gave me what I wanted, and I missed it.
6-7-2.
When you don't see it that often, too, then you want to really do something with it.
Exactly. Ah,
Side out.
It's tough because Edda's trying to speed that ball up, and she's almost outside the sideline. So it leaving a hole in the middle right there that Georgia Johnson can expose.
Point.
that's like a bait shot. Like it looks high, it looks like it might be attackable, and then all of a sudden you're hitting up on the ball and the ball sails out.
8-6-1.
Be careful, you guys.
Second failure.
2-point lead here on the third game. They had a 3-point lead on the side out, so Whitwell and Wright looking to close it.
Oh,
Nice.
great job again. Ada Wright moving her feet laterally. She slid to give herself space on that forehand to put that ball down at the feet of Georgia.
And Georgia make it really tough now. No one's finding that outside shoulder on this game. So Georgia's made her adjustments, playing really well here.
Yeah, now it's Georgia Johnson trying to make something out of a ball that's really not there.
And that's what makes Whitwell's and Wright's dink so great. They have a slice, the ball stays down, which is making Johnson and Bright hit up on that ball, right? So look out for that. The lob.
Oh, and Ada Wright, a big fist pump after that, too. She's reading it so well.
And a timeout is called. The gap is closed. It's 8-8 here in the third game.
Doesn't get any closer right now. I mean, we went 11-9, 11-9. I'm thinking we're going to be within two. It may go 15-13, 17-6. No, it'd be 17 minus 1. Carry the 2, 17-15. So it's going to be a close one going down to it, though. But again, what was the difference maker here for Whitwell and Wright now to come back and answer?
I just feel like they were playing aggressive, and they were actually countering again. And you know, that's a huge thing for them, is being able to counter at the right times. They're being more patient, I feel like, on this side. Whitwell made some, premature attacks, I felt like. So just being patient, and yeah, it's just, again, a little bit of everything, making the big puzzle, the big picture. So
right.
I had a question. Is Anna Bright in 2 finals already tomorrow?
Yes, she is.
So if she wins this one, it would be the 3 finals for her.
No, she's in 2.
But if she wins this match right here,
this one, she's in 3.
She's in 3. Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right. Yes, if Anna Bright wins this, she's got a shot at the Triple Crown tomorrow.
She's definitely improved so much. I just want to applaud her for her accomplishments in such a short period of time. She's an amazing player, great person as well. So
yeah, that's a great call, Michelle, is that she's on the verge of 3 gold medal matches tomorrow.
Nobody home there in the middle.
Wow. They're both looking at each other where Whitwell and Wright is. This ball just splits them. Oh, it drops back baseline. Nice finish there from Anna Bright.
Swinging away, just like we said she needed to do. That's where she plays her best.
8-8-1.
Wind picking up even more now in the face of Brighton Johnson.
Let me tell you something, Dom. Lee Whitwell's return created all of that.
And why is it such a good return?
Because it's low. It's down below the third shot's knees, right? So whoever takes that third shot has to hit up on it. Makes it better for the 4th shot. Ooh.
Missed opportunity.
Ooh. Nice catch, Dom. Right into the booth.
Ball stance. 9-8-2.
So 9-8 lead here for Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson. Oh, no.
And let me tell you this. Georgia Johnson's serve there was super clutch because Lee Whitwell couldn't get it in all the way.
Yeah.
So Georgia Johnson's serve, you guys don't underestimate it.
Nice work there from Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson getting up, but couldn't finish there. Whitwell and Wright fight off a match point.
8-1. Start out.
10-8. Game 3. Cannot miss a third. Has to be over. If it's high, I'd rather have it high.
Exactly.
Force them to hit the ball. Can't be short here.
Nice.
Oh, that was the quickest sorry turnaround fist pump from Lee Whitwell I've ever seen, because she's not real sorry at 10-8.
Props to Etta Wright for that reset, too. And that was so clutch. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, we're going to go down. It's going to be a 2-point game again here. Oh, wow, miscommunication in the middle from Brighton Johnson.
Yeah, it's that ball that's coming over to Georgia's backhand, and Anna wants to just come over, but let Georgia take it.
Yeah. Oh, and Whitwell off the tape right there, but they do answer. They come back. It's 10-10. But it's a side out to Brighton Johnson.
10-1.
Oh,
the ball's out.
you hear Anna Bright trying to sell it again right there, but her ball goes just out. Wright tried to hit this. She just missed it.
Typically, you know, you're setting yourself up for that counter, and if it just goes above your paddle, it's going to sail long. Around the post for game point number 2.
Oh, wow. Georgia Johnson, that's a veteran shot from a 15-year-old right there at 10-10 to give them another match point.
11-10-2.
Oh, Lee wanted a drop volley there.
Oh, no. 12-10, game 3. Whitwell wanted that drop volley. It doesn't go. Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright will move on to Championship Sunday. And Michelle, you called it. Anna Bright with a chance at the Triple Crown as she is in the Women's Pro Singles Final, the Mixed Pro Doubles Final, and now the Women's Pro Doubles Final. Congratulations to her and Georgia Johnson. Wright and Whitwell got a chance to come back. They got to play in that bronze medal match coming up soon, so we'll see.
And also make sure you guys look out for Etta Wright, because this was like her first on-stage performance, I want to say, making it to the winner's bracket final. So I can't wait to see what she brings to the bronze medal match. For this match to be her first kind of like showing is incredible. She played amazing, and I can't wait for her and her future. But all around, great play by all 4 ladies. I'm really excited for the future of pickleball.
Absolutely. Michelle, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I know these ladies appreciate it. We'll take a quick commercial break, and I'll speak with Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright, see their thoughts on Championship Sunday. Don't go anywhere.